I recently posted a message to EHX. EHX are Electro Harmonics. They're from New York. They're a really old retro company that gave Jimi Hendrix pedals. Yes, built pedals for Jimi Hendrix, and have survived in New York City, baby. I think they jumped to the opposite side of the river or something, but I like Mr. Mike Matthews, you know what I mean? He smokes a good cigar, owns a few birds. But anyway, as in him and his wife, own a pair of parts. It's rather sweet. Yeah, not going to keep you long here. I just want to patent the fact that, my good looks don't pay for themselves these days. So I sent a message about, this is a Boss pedal. It's all coated. It's paint. It's got a big flat rubber back, about 3.5 mils of rubber on the back. It's got this rubbery touch pedal, and if John Frusciante was going to play in a studio, or not a studio, or like a radio, he brings his little Boss pedal. Obviously Frusciante. You can see these aren't really my pedals. And he has a big strip of Boss pedals because they are super. Well, they're all buffered. You don't need that much buffering. You don't need like a buffer here or a buffer there, but every Boss pedal is kind of buffered. So when you have all Boss pedals, you're fairly buffered. It might be expensive. I don't think I need buffers in every pedal, but I might be over buffering. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know rubber is not difficult, Mr. Ford, the company and all, rubber, there's technicalities about rubber, but make these cheap little things, strips, put a nice EHX angel face. If you're going to print them, you may as well print them and put a nice EHX angel face, and just on the back of every pedal, because the little rubber things don't last, and they just see. And once again, Matt, Mike, this has been around since the 60s. EHX has been around since the 60s. You know what I mean? These are things. It's like, I'm sure there's much cheaper things that are new, like new cheap things, like new chat. I don't know. My advice was that to dip everything in some electromagnetic or electro harmonics induced insulation. All the chassis, and this is a coat. It's like a lick of paint. It's technically a lick of paint, but you can put stickers on everything then saying like electronically secured, electronically safe. Again, the rubber on the back, a nice rubber strip on the back would be nice. Immediately. Now, see what I'm saying? Everybody wants this on their pedal board. I'd never bring this on a stage. I would never put this on a stage. This does not leave my bedroom. That will never be on a stage either. And even when Billy Corgan brought this to Butch Vig said, "Sorry, Billy, we're not using that." And he's like, it just blows stuff up, really. And see, it kind of has that on the back of this. And in fairness, this does seem like a bit of a coated and insulated thing on the back. But then, see, it's just the way these things are. I know it seems silly, like, for example, like, it doesn't seem electronic. Like, if I put a metroscope or something to this, and I could see weird electro harmonic things popping out of the side of it. These are really hot. These are red hot. I knew a guy that worked in synths, and he had a few EHX. He actually worked with synthing. He was great. He had a good sound card now. And he had a few EHX. That's all he had. He had a Memory Man and something else, and he was a really sick electronic music. He was good. My mate was. But he's like, I can't even turn this thing on. It's blows stuff up. But anyway, that's not the point I'm making. But yeah, it's this small little thing. It's like product psychology. The buttons as well. That's what I was thinking. It's like, everyone, like this favorite. Like, I don't touch them though. I don't touch, like, when they have these buttons. That's why I bought this. So I don't have to touch the buttons. Touching on the buttons. And I was thinking, you can keep the buttons, but you want to start throwing these around for free. A rubbery one, a kind of rubbery, because you want it to be rubbery so it has flexibility and doesn't so loose. Sorry, I'm not. This is going to be given away for free. I was just buying loads of cheap compressors and testing stuff. This is not a compressor. I don't know what this is. But Glow in the dark as well is always great in pedals. I notice that MXR do a lot of that and you don't even notice it, or Dunlop glow in the darky stuff, because when you're on stage you like to see where stuff is. So if you produce loads of these rubbery glow in the dark, and again with the angel face, yes, the EHX angel face, like you would print into the back of the rubber. Just you don't have to do 3 or 4 mils. I know rubber is not easy, man. In the time we're in, you could do like a little 2 mil, 2.5 mil rubber. Print them. I'll just print it all around the world. They'll all be a bit different, won't they? I suppose maybe. Anyway, but yeah, little rubbery things. And again, there might be a new solution. Like, you know, these were started building in the 60s, and I think many things might be available in the world of modern science to replace some of these things. People love these. Billy Corgan, you know, myself, lots of people for Shanty love these things, but you just never put them on stage, or you know, you just don't use them. And you know, all these kids these days have these pedal boards, and I'm making my pedal board, and clearly loads of people would like to have this, you know, on their pedal board, but it's just, it feels vulnerable. So maybe a slight bit of rubber, you know, it is rubber here. My connectivity, like, you know, when you're connecting and grounding and touching on a pedal with, you got rubber. You should, you know, you might be footless. Yeah, I suppose it's probably built for hippies, you know, if you don't have shoes on your feet. I realised this, I was playing with this, and I couldn't get so many great sounds out of it. And I remember in the video, it sounded amazing when Zax was like, I was like, oh, but Zax did have a massive rubber boot, or whoever was doing it had a massive rubber boot, and I was like, and I was like, dee, 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 dee. So yeah, insulation is. Don't know about stuff. I think I sent you this as well in another video. You just have your staple amplifier. It's called the MIG. MIG. Is it the MIG? MIG. I'm Fender on Fender all the way. I'll get my Fender contract and then I'll sell out to PV after my 3rd album. But you just have your MIG now. MiG 50. Yes. They don't sell really, do they? Nah. Well, but tell you what, man, I'm not messing again with this silly little, I'm such a whore, so product psychology. Take the electro harmonics off that, boom, and put like Ampeg, the Ampeg swirl. Just put the EHX angel face. Just put the EHX angel face on there. That's right. Where the Ampeg do their Ailey swirl. And I'm messing. Everyone will have one. As like the MIG is like a. I don't need to tell you what to MIG. It's a very dry and pedal friendly amp. People might want it on stage. A very dry and pedal friendly amp as part of their bigger constituencies, but like people would like a very pedal friendly dry amp. People don't want to jump up on stage with electro harmonics written on the front of the stage, because I don't mean to be a wanker, but everybody wants to be so like, you know, I don't know, but anyway, if you just had the angel face, they I'm not messing, they would fucking sell. Everyone would have buy stacks of them, you know, buy a big stack of them, and it's something so small and stupid as that. I know, Mr. Matthews, but it is something just so small and stupid as that. So you take the electro harmonics off the center grate, because I also like to think the center grate is very important for vibration. Might be a little thing you might want to do there. You put a little tiny weight, you could do some beading or something maybe, you know, on the cloth. Wasn't too much. You can do a tiny little thing there, a little bead or something. But anyway, yeah, EHX angel face, just in the corner, and that's the signature MIG. And I was like, oh, you don't have a MIG, man? Oh, everyone's got a MIG. I've got a MIG times 10. I got MIGs, and they're bouncing off. You just sell it as a very dry, particularly dry and reliable. Because when you're doing live stuff, you want dry, because there's so much wet, you know, there's so much. And you want pedal dependency, and you just want reliability. And for some reason, just the way it is, it just can't. It doesn't seem just cheap. I just wouldn't jump on stage with like the electro harmonics. I don't know. Maybe it's what did Andy Anderson say earlier on? Promotion sickness. Promotion sickness. Getting a bit of promotion sickness. Yeah, promotion sickness, some sort of thing. But yeah. They would just look sweet. The MIGs would just look sweet with just an angel face. It's weird little things. Anyway. Now, Mr. Matthews, I want an extra large t-shirt, black or yellow, and a big E. Any t-shirts you get going, and I'm kind of happy. That's cool with me, man. Sharing is caring. If you send me a cigar, I'll keep it forever, you know, so you may as well smoke it yourself, bro. Alright, stay afloat, bros. Love yous and keep doing it. The mainframe is pretty cool now. I do like the idea of the mainframe. I've got a lot of ideas for kind of pedals, but I like the idea of the mainframe. That's all I want to do, man, is make. I think even though it was the same with Larry Laron, and he was trying to transcribe it, most nerds and guitar nerds just want to be able to make Sega noises and video game noises. So bit crushers, 18-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit kind of thing, turning polyphonic. I think you're going there with the mainframe. I think they're like €280 in my country, you know, a mainframe. It's something crazy like that, you know. There's a lot of boats and things in between. But anyway, yep, so we want EHX on all the hipsters' pedal boards, and they'll be flooding their pedal boards with all EHX. And once they find out every single EHX pedal is coated with electromagnetic insulin future, and it just costs it like a lick of paint. They'd probably buy sets of them, you know what I mean? They'd probably buy, I want this, I want that. Oh, I'm going to have to get one of those with the new... Yeah. That's my favourite compressor ever. Also, yeah, marketing's terrible, like, you know, because look, this is my pedal. This is me. EHX. And then their contemporary pedal is called the Tone Corset. I think it's called the Tone Corset. I think they have a glove as well. And they're both a bit kind of, I don't know. I think Blackfinger was like some finger that came down out of the sky and was like, nuke Japan. I don't own a white finger. I'd like to buy a white finger. That'd be nice now. I don't know why you haven't done those and just put them into small chassis like the fuzzes, the big muffs. Now, you probably have new technologies that aren't tubey, which probably was the white finger, and you put like a... It probably is the same thing, I don't know. But, yeah, I rock 2 compressors, man, you know. I'm rocking. I love this thing. Absolutely fucking love it. It's Chinese. This technically does it. I want them both, but yeah. Anyway, where am I going? I'm waffling now. And this is not mine, I swear to God. I don't know where this came from. I don't know anything about it. Okay, alright, stay afloat. And again, extra large t-shirt. Because I'd like to know, like, you know, I've got an older cousin. Yeah, excellent. Alright, peace out, Mr. Matthews, and rock and roll! Rock and roll! As long as people need food, there will be restaurants. As long as people need rock and roll, EHX will survive. So rock and roll!